Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Well, it's another beautiful day here on the mountain in Costa Rica. I'm off to kind of a late start. I got involved researching something online this morning and just lost track of the time. And I think it's about 11 o'clock right now, and all I've had is my juice so far today. So that kind of got me going. I was about to prepare some food, and voila, the light bulb went off. Ergo the title of the video. This is just another, what I consider another great raw vegan trick for summer. Just another way to make sure you get as much into your body and make sure your family gets as much into their body as possible over the summer. Good, healthy stuff. I do videos like this every day. So if you're not already subscribed, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button now. Click on the little bell and check send notifications so you will stay subscribed to the channel. I was just about to, I love videos like this, just boom, happen spontaneously, no planning whatsoever. I just got up out of bed, put the computer down, and was about to make myself something to eat. And I was like, oh man, okay, we're going to expand on this, and this will make a nice little video. Just a little suggestion, more and more little suggestions. Somebody made a comment on, well, within the last day, I don't know if it was yesterday's video, about how these little tricks and tips have helped them. And I really enjoy hearing that, because that's really all it is. It's not the big stuff. It's just little things, that kind of get you over the hump. So one thing I've talked about before when I've talked about, raw vegan lifestyle in general, and I think I've mentioned this in other videos about the summer, is you want to make it easy for them to make healthy choices. Keep as much good stuff around the house. Maybe you live in a house with other people and it's not possible to eliminate all the junk, all the bad stuff, but at least have plenty of good stuff to compete with it. That's just common sense, right? All right, well, I was thinking this morning though, so now you've gone out and you're doing good. You've got fruit all over the house. You're keeping plenty of fresh fruit around all the time. Fruit everywhere. Fruit. As far as I can see, mangoes, bananas, everything. Maybe sometimes you still eat something bad. Maybe sometimes you don't eat that fruit. Maybe sometimes you don't get to the fruit. Because why? One thing about this pesky fruit, at least a good bit of it is a lot of it has to be cut. A lot of it has to be prepared. Okay, it's not serious preparations, but it has to be prepared. And when we get hungry, we can become impatient. That body can just get real, I want it now. We don't necessarily want to cut things up. So by default, we just go to the refrigerator, or we go in our office, or wherever we are, we just go and get what is there right now that we can pop in our mouth. So why not take this a step further? And I'm going to do that today myself, because, I'm constantly cutting fruit. I'm cutting mangoes, and this week I've got papaya, and I've got pineapple. And I've actually, every once in a while, I'll lose a piece of fruit just because, I'm like, I just don't feel like cutting right now. So right now, I'm just going to cut. I'm going to cut. And I'm going to make a big multiple fruit bowl. And the reason I'm going to do this is then it's there. It's there. You can go back and forth. You don't have to do it every time. There's never going to be that excuse, well, I just didn't have time to cut the fruit, or I was in a hurry, or whatever. And so you cut it up. You use your favorite fruit, whatever you're getting in the summer there. Maybe, okay, you're not in the tropics. Maybe you could get strawberries, bananas, peaches, melons. Try to eat those melons by themselves, though. I will mix cantaloupe a little bit. I know you're supposed to only eat melons by themselves, but I will eat melons with lighter stuff like mango and peaches and things like that. But, just make it fun. Make big bowls of fruit and put in the refrigerator. And that is my first suggestion. So I'm going to start cutting a little bit. I'm going to cut my big old pineapple up first. And I'm going to get ahead on this. Humans, we're lazy. We're mostly lazy. Some humans are not. There's exceptions to that, but I've found that you take all the guesswork out of it. I like to make a task as simple as possible. And especially, I guess a lot of this is directed for people that, or have families, or that have people around them, or that are spending time around people that are not living our lifestyle necessarily. So, you know, these fruit bowls, you know, you cut these things up, they're good for around the house. You know, you always, okay, number one, you're always on point. You're always going to have good, fresh, and it's kind of a little bonus when you have some cold fruit sitting in the refrigerator. You're always going to have fruit sitting around. You don't have to cut as soon as you get hungry. In fact, I would encourage almost the second you get hungry, go get some of that fruit. Even if you're not super hungry, go get yourself a small bowl just to keep it going. You know, you keep good stuff around and you're going to tend to eat good stuff more. It's just common sense, isn't it? I've gotten pretty good cutting this fruit, and this is a really good little knife. I'm going to get a couple more of these when I get back to the States, and they don't sponsor me. Nobody sponsors me. They're Farberware. All right. Well, y'all don't need to see the old man just chopping, so I'm going to chop a little bit, and then I will come back to talk a little bit more and expand on this subject a little bit. Cut up that pineapple. I just couldn't resist sharing a little food porn with you guys. Look at that papaya right there. That's one I picked up on Saturday. Oh, seed trying to get away. That one's pretty much perfect, isn't it? Ooh. Got to show y'all the fruit porn when I can. Ooh, ooh. Give you just a taste of mango porn there too. I don't know. People are always asking me types of mangoes. I don't know my mangoes all that well. I just know that this super orange one here is a pineapple mango. And I'm probably not going to, I don't want to get my hands sticky with the camera in there, but this one that's kind of oblong is, I'm pretty sure it's an Irwin, which is one of my favorites. You know, incidentally, I hear people talking about all the time, especially the fancy exotic raw vegans, about how durian is the king and mangosteen is the queen. I follow the cult of mango. That's my number one fruit. Always will be. All right, finally finished chopping, and bam, I saw colors just a minute ago. That happens quite often when I bite into a piece of just perfect mango. It's just, I can't quite explain it. This is like, what I normally do is I cut my mangoes, I cut as much off as possible, but there's always a little I can't get to. And then when I cut it down to there, I walk out on the front porch and I gnaw it off and I throw it down into the pile. Well, sometimes I hit that bite and it was just a perfect bite. My eyes kind of roll back in my head and I'm like, see colors, and it's like, wow. This is a thing of beauty, my friends. Look at all that fruit. I went nuts. You see how big that bowl is? Let me hold it by my head and give you a little scale here. This is a lot of fruit. It's got some weight to it too. I cut up that pineapple. I had all of that papaya in there, and I ended up cutting up 3 mangoes. Now I cut up 2 bananas in there because I'm about to eat some of this. Normally, I don't know why, I don't cut my bananas up. Now I could have cut more fruit. I've got another papaya, and I've probably got about, I don't know, 9 or 10, 11 mangoes still sitting around. But there's kind of a nice fine line there because I don't want fruit sitting in my refrigerator for days. I cut up enough that I will munch on this for the day, and then there'll probably be some left for tomorrow, and I don't mind that. I don't mind having it overnight and having some tomorrow. I did that the other day, but I don't want a lot of fruit in there. So yeah, this is the way to go. You know, you keep this around, you make the choices easy. I was about to do it just for visual effect, but the second little trick that I would add with this is up your your frozen bananas, and always have banana and ice cream available. I mean, come on, that's most of the battle right there. You keep a fruit bowl in your refrigerator all the time, and you keep frozen bananas for banana and ice cream, and you can mix and match. You can make your bananas. You can put some of this as toppings on your banana and ice cream. As I'm looking at this, it just made me think. People are so worried about me. They're like, oh my God, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And look at all this beautiful fruit that I'm not gonna have access to when I get to Alabama. I adapt. Grasping and aversion, impermanence. Nothing is permanent. Everything changes. I knew this time was coming. I adapt. I'm not going to have mangoes for a period of time. So what? I do what I got to do. You know, what am I going to do? Break down and cry and, oh, I don't have mangoes? Or what am I going to do? Just like not leave or just be only tied to a place because I have mangoes? Well, now that one's a thought. But yeah, I will be fine. I will always thrive. I will definitely survive, and I will probably always thrive no matter where I am. But yeah, this is a good trick in the summer, man. Put it in your refrigerator. Your kids, listen, they may never become vegan, they may never become raw vegan, and maybe I just have intelligent friends. But what I have found is when you've got fresh fruit around, whether people are vegan, not vegan, fruitarian, not vegan, when you have good fresh fruit around, and especially when it's cold sitting in the refrigerator, most intelligent people will choose that, because it's just so appetizing now. Or like I say, maybe I just tend to be around a little bit smarter crowd. I mean, I don't even know people that do the McDonald's thing and all that kind of stuff. They're not vegan, but anyhow, this is what you do. Get through the summer. The summer's a fun time to do this lifestyle. You know, I did that video. You've got big fruit bowls. You've got popsicles. You've got banana and ice cream. Think heat. It's gonna be hot. Think cooling, and take advantage of all the fresh fruit you're gonna have this summer. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again tomorrow. Peace.